Hello, my name's Liz Rowlinson. I'm editor of Place in the Sun, and I'm here in beautiful Spain with Payne and MASA International to do a webinar. Hi, Paul.
Hello, Liz. Yeah, I thought it's about time that we experienced in real life.
Mix things up. We do these webinars about how to buy in Spain, usually from our home offices, and we decided we'd escape chilly Britain and come to sunny Spain and understand why so many buyers make this journey. So,
yeah, I wanted to give you a bit of a taste of what a customer might experience on a viewing trip, which is how we help most of our customers to find a property in Spain. Viewing trips are usually a 4-day trip to the area where we show properties and areas relevant to whatever it is someone is looking for. And yeah, today I want to show you some apartments, some modern apartments on the Costa Blanca with 3 locations.
Brilliant. And the Costa Blanca is so popular with buyers. The Place in the Sun, it sort of has 3 of the top Spanish spots. And I'm beginning to realise why on this trip myself, and that's half the point of these trips, isn't it? To sort of see the spread of the areas.
Absolutely, yeah, because it's within, let's say, a 1-hour stretch of coastline. It varies so much. There's kind of every kind of environment that most people seeking a Mediterranean way of life are likely to find. So everything from more international expat locations to typical Spanish cities, coast, Gulf. You should find the right place here, and our job is really to guide you to the right place by understanding what your needs are and how you're going to use a property in Spain. So in addition to the properties, I want to really get you to understand the locations and the areas, and meet some customers as well who have been through the journey, so that they can let you know what their experience is like. Usually it's great because they can offer our customers, we always try and do that during a viewing trip, because they can offer customers a nice insight into the area that's independent of the agent. And usually offer a few tips and advice as well from the customer side of the journey.
Yeah, and even some of your customers become sales agents themselves. They love the whole experience. So, I mean, just briefly, tell me about MASA, because I believe it's a long history and you've helped thousands of buyers since you began.
Yeah, so MASA began in 1981, initially started by a Swedish guy bringing Swedes and then other Scandinavians down to the area, subsequently Brits, and really every nation in Northern Europe is represented. So since 1981 we've helped over 36,000 families to find their property in this part of Spain. And our job is really to pull everything together to arrange property information, viewings, manage the whole process. That includes getting customers in touch with lawyers, currency help with the help of Place in the Sun currency, and really managing the whole project and helping customers to even move into their property and obtain furniture. Before we get to all of that, the viewing trip is the absolute cornerstone of the whole experience, because you can't buy a property from the internet. We shouldn't. You really need to come and experience the area, meet the people, and of course, taste the food too.
Right, let's go.
Okay, so we've just left the Hotel MASA, which is just north of Torrevieja, so southern Costa Blanca, 30 minutes or so from Alicante, south of Alicante Airport. We've actually just driven a little bit north of Torrevieja to a place called El Raso, which comes under the borough of Guadamar, which is quite a famous area for its beaches. And we're currently about a mile, just under a mile, as the crow flies, to the beaches of Guadamar. So yes, El Raso, I wanted to show you this property. This is a new development of homes with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, ground floor with garden, mid floors, and also penthouses as well, as a good example to get us started, so you can see what kind of modern properties are available in this area. So feel free to have a look around.
Let's have a look around. What a lovely blank canvas, really new contemporary. Can I buy it like this, Paul?
Yes, you can. Yeah, so you've got a number of options here. Also, all 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. Included in the price is all the white goods, for example. So the only things you've got to consider over and above the cost of the property here are your furnishings, which this package is offered. There's one of a number of packages and options that you've got depending on styles that you like. And the air conditioning machine. You'll notice that it's all kind of pre-installed and ducted system, so we just need to buy the actual machine. So you probably want to allow 10,000 euros for all of that as a maximum. You could probably do it a bit cheaper.
And how much am I going to pay for the apartment?
So apartments here, so 3-bed, 2-bath, which importantly, these properties are over 100 square metres of living space, which is large really for southern Spain. And prices are starting in euros, about 245,000 euros, which is about 204,000 pounds on today's exchange rates. So don't forget to allow for purchase tax, lawyers' fees. So your closing fees, if you like, will total around 14% on top of the house price. So always remember to allow for that, whatever property that we're looking at. And
also community fees going forward?
Yeah, so it's freehold property, as are all properties in Spain. So each owner will contribute a bit towards this beautiful pool area, gardens that are going to be here, parking. Each property comes with its own underground parking and the storage rooms possible as well. So yeah, the community fee here is expected to be around 70 to 80 euros per month.
That sounds quite fair actually, compared with some of the ones I've come across.
It is. They're well-run developments. They use sort of artificial grass as well, which keeps the cost down for the community. So these properties are very good for a kind of lock up and leave. Turn the key, go home. It's all a gated, secure environment, and we're only 30 minutes from Alicante Airport, probably a bit less, and around 5 minutes drive to the beaches of Guadamar. There's also a little bus that runs from here. So this is El Raso. So if you remember on the way in, we saw a commercial centre. So there's a bus that goes from there, which runs down to Guadamar regularly as well. So it's one of the places that can work if you're not driving as well.
Lots of people say they love this area for weekends because it's so easy from the half an hour from the airport.
Yeah, when you think, flights just over 2 hours from the UK to Alicante. So from the moment you touch down, within half an hour, 45 minutes, depending how quick you are off the plane, you can be sitting in on your terrace, shall we say, yeah. What
sort of person does this appeal to? Because, you could have plenty of space for a family of 4, 5.
Yeah, so it's people seeking that extra bedroom, because it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so suits either families, because it's a great secure environment as well, with a nice pool area, or people who just want that extra space either as an office, or perhaps they're intending on having guests come and visit them, which is normal. People do become quite popular once they get a property over here. So those that are seeking good space, modern, close to airport, close to beach, and have things that they can walk to. So there's supermarket, there's a pharmacy, there's several bars and restaurants and a bank, all within 5 to 10 minutes walk of where we are now.
That's another advantage people talk about, that there's everything on tap, and there's a lovely lake just down there. Yeah,
so it's important for the area. So El Raso is on the edge of the La Mata Lagoon, which is a protected natural area. So great for cycling, there's walking paths through there, bird watching. It's forbidden to build any properties there or even put a boat on the lake. It's a protected natural area. So a lot of the properties here will have views to the lake as well, and the sea. So when you look at the water, you wouldn't know whether it's the sea or the lake because we're so close. So good views from a lot of these properties as well.
Brilliant.
Right, before we move on to the next place, I want to introduce you to some customers who actually have moved into a property on this development. So why don't we go and see how they're getting on?
Hi Jeremy and Jane, good
Hi.
to see you again.
Hi Liz.
Thank you for showing me your lovely apartment on a gorgeous November day,
You're welcome.
escaping Britain. So great to be here. So we're just going to talk about how you ended up with this apartment. Just tell us a little bit briefly about yourselves and why did you decide, holiday home in Spain?
Okay, so we have a family business in the UK, which I started with my father in 1985, and it's evolved over the years into what it is now. But I lost my dad about 10 years ago, and my mum then last March. And this really is the legacy of my parents, to be fair. We thought about, do we invest the money in accounts, or what do we do? And then we thought, well, no, hang on a minute, let's invest it in some property, and where should we do it? In the sun. So that's how we got here.
And Spain, this location is very accessible for weekends because you've got two children and I think grandchildren.
Yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's a really short flight. Where we are in Leicestershire, we've got East Midlands Airport really close by, only half an hour away. So we can just get there. I mean, the flight that we came over on Monday was 20 minutes ahead of schedule. We hardly had any time to get settled before it was time to get off. So it's perfect.
Now, how did you find this? I think it began at a place in the Sun exhibition. Am I in Birmingham? Am I right?
That's right.
It
yes,
did.
Yes.
We went out to look at maybe the Canary Islands or Portugal, and we ended up going on to MASA's stand and meeting Kerry, and I think the gentleman's name was Simon. Yes. And we just really liked what the properties that they had in their portfolio. So we thought, well, let's go out and have a look.
And you did a viewing trip. When was that?
That was
Last November,
yeah.
Oh, so it was kind of, you got a sense it was like this.
The weather was lovely.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
And how did that work? How many properties did you see? I mean,
Wow. We saw a lot.
You didn't know the area well until then, but that was part of the experience.
Absolutely,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes, yeah. Probably 8 or 9 properties, I think, in different areas.
It was a 4-day viewing trip,
Yeah.
and we probably saw.
Yeah.
First 3 days we probably saw 4 or 5 properties a day.
A day,
And
yes.
then on the final day we came back to here because this was the one that stood out from all the rest. The location was much better. A lot of the properties we saw were beautiful, but they were in sort of central town areas, which wasn't what we were looking for. And this sort of seemed to tick all the boxes. So.
We wanted somewhere like this because we've got grown-up children and a grandchild, so we wanted something like with the pool and everything. We didn't want just an apartment and it stood on its own, or we wanted the communal things for them, which is going to be perfect for them. So.
Yeah, and it's lovely and new and low maintenance. You can just lock and leave, can't you?
Hopefully, I'm not very good with a screwdriver.
Well, you want to be sitting here doing this, not twiddling with your toolbox.
Absolutely, yeah.
Great. And how many times a year do you think you'll use it?
We said probably every couple of months.
Nice.
Yeah, every couple of months.
So,
and unfortunately, our oldest daughter and husband, they can only come out in school holidays. So they will come to school holiday times, but I think you and I half a dozen times a year.
Yeah,
great.
I would think so.
And you, after the viewing trip, did you sort of put the offer in and decide that was it?
We first of all decided that we weren't going to go ahead fully and go home and think about it, and then I just thought to myself, do you know what? We'll probably go home, think about it, and forget about it. So we said no, go on, and we paid the deposit, and it went from there. So,
and a year later, you've been buying some bits to furnish. When you bought it, it was obviously wasn't quite constructed, was it?
It was a building site, basically. Yeah. I mean, there was no lift. We came up the stairs, and it was it was all a building site. And we can't believe now the alteration from what it was then to what it is now, it's just unbelievable. Really, really beautiful.
Well, it's looking really, really good.
Thank you.
So I'm so happy it's been a great experience.
Oh, it's been
Yeah,
a wonderful
it has.
experience
It
from start to finish. Yeah, to finish.
MASA are quite good at the aftercare, aren't they? As well?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
We've not had any problems.
Yeah.
I mean, Kerry was wonderful, and we dealt with Annika and Jackie, and they were all super friendly, and and held a hand all the way through, I think. So
We couldn't have done it without MASA. We would not have done it on our own. We wouldn't have come out and bought on our own. We needed MASA, didn't we?
Yeah,
we
without
did
doubt,
need them.
yeah.
And that's
without
what a
doubt.
viewing trip can do.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, look, thank you. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your day in the sun.
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thanks,
Thank
Liz.
you.
Okay
Thank you.
then.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, property 2 looks lovely, but tell me, why Casada?
Okay, so I wanted to take you to the area of Ciudad Casada, which is in the southern Costa Blanca. Well, first of all, we're 30 minutes from Alicante Airport. We're around 7-8 minutes drive from Guadalmar beaches. We can talk a little bit more about the area after, but why here? I wanted to show you an example of modern properties, but just on 2 levels, in an area that's always been popular with British buyers. So yes, this is a development, swimming pools, just 2 levels, ground floor with garden, first floor with rooftop solarium, and one of our most popular styles of property that we sell.
Okay, should we take a look?
Let's do it.
Wow, beautiful apartment. The little touches, whether it's the recessed lights or the bathrooms, give it a real sense of quality. What is the price?
Okay, so in pounds, these start around £258,000 or 310,000 euros, and what you get for that is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property such as we're in, with a nice garden as well, outside terrace and garden. You also have an option for a little bit more to have the top floor one with solarium, and there are also 3-bedroom models here. But yeah, your starting point's about £258,000. Do need to allow on top always the 14% to cover the tax and legal fees. Furniture is not included. There's a range of furniture options, of course. Electrical appliances are not included in this one, and the air conditioning is all pre-installed, but you need to buy the machine. So you need to budget another 12,000 euros at least to cover those things.
And what about running costs?
Okay, so yeah, the community here, there's lots of different pools here that you can use as an owner. It's a gated community, plants, it's very, very well looked after. You're looking at around 100 euros a month, each owner will contribute towards that. So a little bit higher than average, but not crazy expensive for sure.
Sure. And what am I going to find sort of within 5-10 minutes of here?
Okay, so obviously we're in Casada, so the reason people buy in this area is because of all the amenities that are immediately available. So it's quite a wide area, Casada, so it's got commercial centres on every corner really. So you're always going to have lots of restaurants, bars you can walk to, supermarket. The area appeals to people who want to live here either year round or for a good part of it. So you've even got schools here, medical centre, really everything you need for living the year round. You're well connected to Alicante City, Torrevieja, Guadalmar as well. So that's why it's been such a popular area for many years.
It's very cosmopolitan. It's a bit of a misconception. I came here thinking it was quite Anglo-centric, but it's very Scandinavian, Dutch, Belgium. It's very cosmopolitan.
I can't think of anywhere else that's more evenly mixed of people from Northern Europe, so Dutch, Belgian, Scandinavian, Spanish, of course, Brits, Irish, real melting pot, all with one need for more sun. So you'll find every nationality is represented here.
Right, so Paul, we're here at PPRA Restaurant. Hard to beat. This is where you bring clients.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is one of our favourite, or my favourite spots as well to stop. So when we're on viewing trips with customers, it's really important that they get a sense of what's available and what they can eat in the area. And this is a tremendous spot. So enjoy your lunch. We've still got something else to see this afternoon.
Property 3. You've brought me to Pilar de la Horadada. Just seen a fabulous beach down the road. But why else have you brought me here?
So I wanted to bring you to Pilar to show you an example of a really great value modern property that is close to the beach. So we're around 30 minutes walk from the beach here, or a couple of minutes by car, but in a very typical Spanish town. So a way of living on the Mediterranean, close to the beach, but still maintaining a very good Spanish way of life in a modern property. So yeah, let's go and take a look around this apartment.
Right, lovely 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment. How much is this, Paul?
So these start from €253,000, which in sterling is about £210,000. Things that you need to allow on top. All the white goods are included, the kitchen goods, so we need to allow for furniture and the air conditioning machine. All the pre-installation is included, but we need to allow for the machine. So for a property like this, if you budgeted an additional €6,000-7,000, would get it comfortably and well kitted out with those things.
And what about community charges?
Community charge expected to be around €80 per month per apartment. Other things to note are, as mentioned, we're in the town, so we're only 10-minute walk to bang centre of the town, where the main high road is, where you're going to find all kinds of shops, supermarkets, amenities, beach nearby. At the back of the town, about 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes drive from here, is La Romero Golf as well, so a good golf course. Airports, Murcia Airport's only about 25 minutes, 30 minutes from here. Alicante a bit further, about 45-50 minutes from here. So quite a well-positioned property if you want to be in a Spanish town on the sea, or very close to the sea.
Thanks, Paul. We've seen 3 fabulous apartments. We've got another day looking at some villas. That'll be in a separate webinar. But in the meantime, if anybody wants to come and have a look at the properties, do a viewing trip, a bit like I've done, how does that work?
Yeah, so you don't have to wait till part 2. If you want to arrange your own viewing trip to the area with us, just get in touch with us on the numbers on screen or at the end of this video, or visit us at masainternational.com, and we'll be really happy to help you.
Thank you. I hope that's been useful.
Thanks, Liz.